pretty amazing, right? And that's where I'll start. Amazing. How fortunate are we for those of us who have been in the presence of the force that is Desirée Walker? The answer is very fortunate indeed. However, Desirée is not just a force, something out there, otherworldly. No. As you saw in the video, Desirée is advocating not only for herself, but on behalf of countless of others diagnosed with cancer. And importantly, teaching those with cancer how to best advocate for themselves and others. I'd like to share some thoughts on how Desirée has impacted my life as a patient advocate. When I first heard Desirée speak in 2015-16, I'd been advocating for my best friend who died of metastatic breast cancer in 2014, and my mother who was diagnosed with her second breast cancer that same year. Desirée had shared the story of her diagnosis and her interactions with detached physicians who seemed uninterested in her needs, her desires, and her expectations for how her cancer journey should unfold. Those stories shared would be helpful to me years later. Desirée told people in that room how she spoke up for herself, let the doctors know their responses weren't satisfactory, and forged a path for better care for herself. I listened intently, though I thought my days as an advocate were behind me. Her lessons are something I never forgot, and when, in 2017, I was diagnosed with cancer, I drew upon not only my past experience advocating for others, I played and replayed what I call the Desirée tape back to myself and moved forward with strength and confidence. I heard her whispering to me as I searched for a second, third, and fourth opinion until I found my dream team. Often as patients, we're made to feel that we must take what we're given, accept without question, be grateful, even when we're not treated with dignity and respect. That is not what Desirée taught me. Desirée taught me and teaches us we deserve to get the care we ask for, the care we demand. It's a life lesson that I've learned and relearned, all because of Desirée. And so I ask again, how fortunate are we to be in the presence of the force that is Desirée Walker? Immensely so, my friends, immensely so. I am so honored this evening to present the 2025 Ellen L. Stovall Patient Advocate Award to Ms. Desirée A.H. Walker. Desirée, please join me on stage.
This is really heavy.
So I'll let you hold it first.
Okay.
Good evening. Good evening. Come on now, I saw food, I saw liquor. Good evening. All right, all right. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. As you know, everyone kept saying, oh, are you going to have to say something? And I was just like, I don't know. They shouldn't probably ask me to say anything, but they probably will. But I just wanted to acknowledge this moment. I didn't have the good fortune of meeting Ellen Stovall, but all that I've heard to receive this award, I feel I've been recognized. And I always tell Susie that I want to be like her when I grow up. And so to be able to get an award on the same evening as Susie means so much to me. And so I'm so thankful for the relationship we've had over the years. But I actually realize that this year is even more significant. A decade ago is when my marriage started with NCCS. And so I think that that's really amazing on my 10th anniversary to actually receive this award. And I would just quickly just share two things. I want to actually acknowledge my sister because it was my sister at a conference that learned about NCCS in a workshop. And she said, "Oh, you have to get involved." I said, "I'm doing too much." She said, "No, we're going to get involved." And for those of you that have older siblings, you understand the story. But she will tell you she's the cute one, but we won't go there for now. But, you know, I'm ever so thankful that we were at that conference. We learned about NCCS because it was actually at a time for me when I really started thinking about what is survivorship. And how do I want to define my survivorship? And it's been great, but I will also tell and put Shelley on the spot, and I know Elena is here somewhere. You know, I came to my first CPAT, and I tried to sit in the back. I did a good job, but then Elena said we should get together. I said, yeah, okay, I'll get together. So we meet. And she says, "Oh, I didn't tell you, Shelley's coming." I was like, "Why is Shelley coming? I thought it was just going to be you and me." Well, Shelley came. We had a great meeting. And next thing I know, and many of you may know, I was voluntold. And I've been doing a lot of different things, as it said, with NCCS, but I do it with pride. And I appreciate, you know, what this organization has been doing and continues to do. And so, Shelley, thank you for all what you do for all of us as survivors and thrivers. And so I just really want to also acknowledge my DMV family that came, but I also want to acknowledge my family that traveled here to celebrate this moment. So thank you, Shayna, thank you, Khalil, Gerald, Allison. I appreciate, you know, all of you taking the time out to come to Hot DC while I'm being recognized. So I'm going to stop here and just say thank you all for being here, for all that you do in terms of the advocates, but all of you that support NCCS as sponsors. Thank you very much.